Right, Jimmy, let's move a bit on to the jumps then. You said we have the jumps here at Leicester between, November and the end of March, is it? Yeah. And obviously there's a chase course and a hurdles course. Yeah. The chase course runs around the inside, does it?
Inside on the far side.
And then switches to the outside on this side. Yeah. And how many chase fences are there in the circuit?
There's 10 in total, including the water jump.
Right, and an open ditch?
We've got 2 open ditches, one on the far side and the third last is an open ditch. That used to be the cross fence on the top bend.
Right.
But when we restructured the bend 4 years ago, we had issues with that jump over there because whenever we had a sunlight issue on November, December time, we had low suns. That was always a problem jump. So
the jockey's getting it in their eyes,
yeah. So we looked at it and we recited that at the third last time. It's worked out really well. It looks great now,
So there's 4 down the back straight and 4 on the home straight then? Yeah, nothing on the bends.
No.
And what trips do you run over then here? 2 mile?
2 mile chase and 2 7.5 chase and 2 mile 2 mile chase.
2 mile 4.5 chase.
2 4.5 on the far side.
Yeah.
2 7.5 on the far side, and the 2 mile is down the home straight
on this side. Yeah. And obviously it's quite a testing course, as we were talking about with the flat side, very undulating, right-handed. Do you think it takes a specific type of jumper to get round here?
I think it does. We build, I wouldn't say they were stiff jumps, but they need to be jumped. They're not like, it's not like a park course where it's an undulating testing track. You have to have a think about it, So it does need jumping, and the hurdles tend to be, they're on the flat course coming up, which we've irrigated all summer, which tends to be, if you do get a wet winter, it'll end up on the soft, heavy ground,
So the hurdles is all on the flat course all the way around?
Yeah, that's why very often you'll see my going reports going out, and I get questioned about this constantly, is how come the chase is good to firm and the hurdles are good to soft?
Right.
And the reason it is because they're on the flat course, which we're irrigating constantly during the summer, and the chase course doesn't get irrigated at all.
So it just doesn't take the water quite as well.
No, it doesn't.
The hurdles course.
The water table is right up on the hurdle course because of the flat, and the chase course, doesn't get irrigated at all.
And does it vary in patches around the course? Will you get areas like there's some quite dips, pronounced dips? Does it get quite heavy down
I'd say
there
the hurdle
sometimes?
course most definitely would be softer up the home straight and quicker on the back straight. But then the dip on the back straight can get soft
quite
in the
quickly,
dip. The chase course slightly quicker on the back straight, I'd say.
And what type of hurdles are they? Are they like just a standard brush hurdle? Or?
Standard birch hurdles.
Birch hurdles. Yeah. So they're knocked down quite easily, do they, or are they quite sturdy?
No, they're pretty sturdy.
So is it quite a fast course for hurdling, do you think? Or?
I wouldn't say it was a fast course, no, because it's a testing course. It's, it's undulating, so they don't come flying around, and it's a big long track. It's a big galloping track. So, but it does. Once again, we get good horses.
Yeah, and you said there's 6 hurdles in a circuit. So.
6 hurdles in a circuit, so they jump the first 2 hurdles twice, so that's your 8 in the circuit for your 2 mile.
Your 2 mile
hurdle. And on the jump track, there's 10 on a circuit, and then you jump the first last and the second last twice to make it 12 for your circuit.
And you touched a bit on the quality of horses you get here, again for the jumps, as you do in the summer. So you get Nicky Henderson sending quite a few here, trainers like that.
Martin Pipes, so David Pipe now.
But
Martin used to be a big customer of ours.
Just had a couple of winners up at Carlisle they went to. So.
So they do. Once again they do. They come here. It's a track that if you can do well in here, you'll go on to better things.
And where else? Again, we talked about Ascot being a very similar layout to here. Any other courses that you think is a jumps course?
It's not
that's similar?
Not really our jump course. It's quite unique, our jump course in a way. It's they don't tend to be as undulating as this. You'd have to be going.
I thought it was quite a similar shape to Market Raising, but not quite as undulating.
No, it's the undulations I think which
really catches them out,
especially on the far side, because you've got some of the jumps that are approaching it coming down a hill, and you've got to have a think about it, and then some of them are rising ground, so they have to have a think about it.
So do you think they take off quite early at some of these jumps, or?
I won't say that. They just need to have a think. You know, it's not a straightforward track. You know, they have to have a think about it. Which is good. Yeah.
And you do see a lot of the races here, and I noticed through the winter that a lot of the races change complexion just coming up that home straight as horses tire.
Yeah, that's right. We've got the four. They come across the crossings, and once again on the chase course, the unfortunate thing with the chase course, they have to cross the flat course. And the moment they hit the flat course, they're on the irrigated ground, so it slows them down. So they come across that flat course at the 5 furlong, and they can slow them down completely.
Down to the dip, and
then they run down to that fourth lash down the bottom there, and that can be quite tricky coming over that. And then they hit a ditch then. So yeah, there's a lot of our racers have decided that
the last few furlongs.
And it's a reasonably quite a long running as well.
It is,
you know.
So they don't want to be going to the home too early.
And they finish on the flat course as well, you see. So they come over the last, and there may be a furlong and a quarter to go, but they've got a furlong on the flat, which is softer ground.
So
you know, so they can. I've seen them lose races quite often.
Just stop dead. Standstill. You can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Lovely insight into the track. Thanks for your time today.
Okay. No problem.
Cheers.